Hey, what is up guys? Justin here from Out of the Basement to bring you another Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure review. Today is a marvelous day. Out of the Basement has finally acquired a copy of the Walgreens exclusive 212 Clone Trooper. Huge shout out to Alex from Kabash Figures who sent a care package over all the way from Hong Kong. We were only expecting the 212 Trooper, but there was also plenty of other goodies in there. Nate and I split up the loot and I ended up with the 212 Clone Trooper. We had Kabash Figures on the stream a couple weeks ago and they said, hey, you know, there's one at the local shop, so I will send it your guys' way. Totally blown away by that. Thank you so much. I'm sure you know over here in the United States, this figure is almost kind of a meme because it feels like this figure was revealed such a long time ago. And it's like, does this figure exist? Will it ever come out in the States? Still to this day, I don't think anyone has found one at a Walgreens. So I am super grateful that Kabash Figures sent us this copy. Let's just jump right into the figure, the classic Black Series packaging. You got the Black Series logo up here. This is not $299. This is the Hong Kong currency. Window on the middle. Down here it does say Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Clone Trooper, 212th Battalion. Wonderful art on the mural, and it does say Clone Trooper, 212th Battalion. It is number 9 in the Clone Wars line, and when you get it direct like this, it always comes with this sticker right down here. That same beautiful image of the Trooper over here, Black Series logo up here. You got the 212 in the yellow text, and there is a read up. If you'd like to read it, go ahead and pause it there. Window on the top. Let's crack this bad boy open. This figure does come with one accessory, that being the DC-15 blaster carbine variant that we have seen plenty of times before. There is nothing new to see here. It's just cast in that gunmetal gray plastic. If I hit the light right, you can kind of see that sparkle. Pretty typical for a Clone Trooper to come with this. Of course, they could just include the DC-15 blaster rifle as well as the carbine, but you know, at this point, my armory has amassed tons of Clone Trooper blasters at this point, so if I really wanted to, I could give him the regular blaster as well. Here is the 212th Clone Trooper out of the packaging, and yeah, you guys know what you're getting into. It is a Clone Trooper on the new 2020 Clone Trooper body. You know I'm going to be loving this figure, but I actually do have a problem with it. We'll get into that when we talk about paint and details, but just in a quick pose on the rotating base, it's another clone. You knew it was going to be awesome. I mean, you knew what you were getting into. Alright, coming in to take a closer look at paint and detail, we are going to get right into my issue with this figure, and it is the paint on the helmet. Let's get a nice little zoom there. There is no black line on this helmet, and I think particularly on the 212, it was just necessary. I've thought about it a little bit because ever since the promo shots even, I just thought the helmet was too white, and I've been thinking about that a lot, and I think it's because this color scheme of the orangish yellow of the 212 is a bright color, so it doesn't pop off of the white. It doesn't contrast enough for it to pop. So when I look at this, like, I almost get like a Michael Myers vibe or like a serial killer mask vibe from this helmet. I don't know what it is. I know this is based more off of the Clone Wars look because it is a Clone Wars figure, and in the Clone Wars they don't have the black line. But if we were to look at one of the other, this is the Bad Batch Shock Trooper, Clone Trooper, which, by the way, yes, the pauldron is removed. There's just a tiny little bit of glue. You could easily just pull it off, just in case you were wondering. On the Coruscant Guard, it looks more passable because there is painted up here the red lines, and even without the black line, the red just pops off of the white. I just feel like you don't get anything like that on the 212 color scheme. Even if you didn't want to go for that theatrical look for the helmet, such as the Jet Trooper, well, the Jet Trooper has the black line, and in my opinion, it makes an absolute world of difference on the figure. The Jet Trooper just looks amazing, and there's just something missing on the 212 helmet. And since we're doing some preliminary comparisons, here is the 212th Trooper from the Entertainment Earth Order 66 pack, and yeah, the helmet on the theatrical one looks better. I'm just gonna get that right out of the way. The rest of the review, I won't be talking about the black line as far as the paint apps and details and everything, but at the beginning of the review, I do want to point out that I am sorely missing the black line on this figure. I know some people can fill it in with like a Gundam marker or even a Sharpie. I've seen some people do it, but we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to manipulate our figures. I think they should have just put the black line on there for us, and it wouldn't be fair if I did that for the review, because this is what it is straight from the manufacturer, so that wouldn't really be fair of me to fill it in myself before the review. With that out of the way though, this is a really standard clone trooper, but there are some really clean paint apps. They do a little bit, let's go back to the helmet, they do a little bit of the sort of weathered like paint chipping on the upper angled piece of the paint triangle bit. There is a little bit of like fading and chipping, a little bit of weathering, but for the rest of the yellow, it's actually relatively cleanly applied, and I do like when the paint markings are clean like that. I'm not really a fan of the chipping, so I like that for the most part. Like there's a mix of it, but it's pretty solid. I like the solid markings on my troopers, and it's like, you know this mold, you know the new clone trooper, you know what it is. There's a really nice orangish yellow against the white, the stark white of the clone troopers. But going back to the helmet, again, there is a little bit of black on the breathing apparatus. The grill does have some really nice chrome. It looks like a perfect paint application as far as what I'm seeing. I also love the chrome on the little like speakers mouthpiece thing. A little bit of gray strip that goes all the way around, which is nice. Beautiful head sculpt. It might be a bit oversized when you compare it to the theatrical ones, but on this one, I think they may have fixed the warping issues. That does not look warped to me. On the back of the figure, you have this sculpted detail as well. Taking a look at the Oreo pack, all white. Tactical utility belt, you know, goes all the way around. Really nice, fine sculpt work. I always love the undersuit on the pants and, you know, the arms and up here and under the helmet. To compare it real quick though, this one does have a fair bit of weathering on it from the Order 66 pack. You guys already know, we've done a review on the 501st one that has like similar weathering. This one is clean, so I like having a little bit of variety when it comes to that. I like having the option to have a clean trooper as well. By the way, there is a head sculpt underneath that helmet. It is cast in white plastic. Coming in to take a closer look at this figure's articulation, that is a huge thing that this new clone body has over the old, is much better articulation. The head is going to be on that dumbbell joint, so you get that back and forth both ways. So with that, you get some really nice tilt and attitude out of that trooper's helmet. Rotates all the way around like so. You can look up that far and that far down. The arms can rotate all the way around. The shoulder armor is super soft, so you're going to have no problem hitting that T-pose. You get full range out of those. Kind of hard to see, but you do have a wonderful butterfly joint in there as well. Single jointed elbow that gets you just 90 degrees. And there is a cut right at the elbow. You also get that lower arm rotation. Really squeaky boy on this one, squeaky boy. Left hand rotates all the way around, and it is the horizontal hinge. You get really nice movement out of that one. Right hand is going to be that trigger finger hand, same dealio, rotates all the way around, but this one is the vertical hinge, as all gunslinger blaster posing figures should come with the vertical hinge. There's the ball joint right at the midsection for a great amount of twisty and tilt and rotation all the way around if you really wanted to. He's not going to be able to crunch that much forward. You're going to have to utilize that waist, and you can go down about that far. He can kick out about that far before you have to utilize the thigh rotation, but once you do, you can go all the way out. Single jointed knee, and yes, we still have our big gripe with the new clone body, which is the knee pad is actually a thigh pad, which it's not. It's a knee pad. It's supposed to go on the knee. Hasbro, glue this onto the knee. I don't know why that's so hard, but we are going to keep pointing that out until you fix it. Upper thigh rotation, lower leg rotation as well. Feet go that far down, that far up, and you got that wonderful ankle pivot. Like I said earlier in the review, you know exactly what you're getting into. If you like the Clone Wars animated style on these clones, you'll probably like the figure. If you really enjoy the new 2020 Clone Trooper body, you'll probably enjoy the figure. If you're a 212 fan, Clone Wars fan, prequel era fan in general, you will probably want to pick this up. My main gripe is going to be that black line. I gotta be honest, I gotta be truthful, it actually is bothering me. Not enough to where I don't enjoy the figure. Let's go ahead and make some comparisons. Right off the bat, we gotta do it to him. What do you guys prefer? Leave a comment down below. Do you prefer the theatrical, Revenge of the Sith, Order 66 pack of the 212? Or do you prefer the new Walgreens exclusive on the new Clone Trooper body in the Clone Wars animation style? Aesthetically, I gotta give it to the theatrical on this one. Aesthetically, I am also a big fan of Articulation, so obviously the new clone is going to win by a country mile when it comes to Articulation. Here's another good comparison to make because these are identical figures with the exception of the paint. And the Coruscant Guard looks more satisfying again because I feel like that shade of red associated with the Coruscant Guard color scheme just makes it pop more, and it doesn't make the black line missing more profound like it does on the 212 with the lighter color scheme. And again with the Jet Trooper, even though this is not a theatrical clone, they decided to put the black line on it, and again I think it makes a world of difference, and I am just more drawn to that Jet Trooper paint. Alright, enough about the black line, Here is Commander Cody. The shades of the yellow orangish color is quite different, but on camera it doesn't actually look that bad. I think they go together for what they are. I definitely think there's not going to be a huge problem making that figure mesh with Commander Cody on your shelf. Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Tartakovsky 2D Clone Wars micro series. And the moment we've all been waiting for, here he is next to General Kenobi from the 3D Clone Wars, and that right there makes the whole thing worth it. I know I might have been a little harsh on the whole black line thing, but dang, when you put General Kenobi next to him, it looks pretty fantastic. And then, you gotta throw a clanker in there. So yeah, I'm a clone junkie. I mean, look at this articulation. Look how natural of a kneeling pose you can get out of this trooper. I know a lot of people are going to have a problem with that knee pad going the wrong way, and I totally get it. And I totally 100% agree with that criticism of the knee pad. Obviously, I recommend this figure. Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite Jedi, so when you stick him on there, it makes the entire scene worth it, in my opinion. That's all I need right there on the display. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for checking out this review. If you are in the United States, have you found this figure at a Walgreens yet? If you have, let us know. Whatever you guys are thinking, let us know in the comments down below. If you'd like to support the channel in a more direct way, we do have a channel membership where you get a custom Clone Trooper name badge that changes based on how long you've been a member, and one of those Clone Trooper helmets is a 212 Trooper, and it does have the black line. You also get some cool custom emojis associated with that. If you cannot support us in that way, absolutely no problem at all. Just like, subscribe, ring that bell, share with your friends. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers so we can do a nice little giveaway, maybe do some merch, maybe do a little bit of something else on the side. You guys know what it is. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. I've been Justin from Out of the Basement, and we will see you guys in the next video.